Biden urges Israel's Netanyahu to voice concerns about justice plan. President Joe Biden spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday to express concern about his administration's proposed overhaul of the country's justice system, which has sparked widespread protests across Israel, and to urge a compromise. The White House said Biden reiterated American concerns about the move to loosen the judiciary's isolation from the country's political system, which a senior administration official called fair and constructive. There were no immediate signs that Netanyahu was holding back on action when he rejected a compromise offered by the country's prime minister last week. The official, who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss a private conversation between the leaders, said Biden spoke to Netanyahu as a friend of Israel with the hope that a compromise formula could be found. The White House added in a statement that Biden underlined his belief that democratic values have always been and must remain a hallmark of relations between the United States and Israel, that democratic societies are strengthened by true checks and balances, and that changes must be made with the widest possible support of the people. The president offered his support for continued efforts to find a compromise on proposed legal reforms consistent with these fundamental principles, the statement said. Netanyahu said on Sunday that the changes to the law will be implemented responsibly while protecting the basic rights of all Israelis. His government, the country's most right-wing ever, says the reform aims to correct an imbalance that has given too much power to the courts and prevented lawmakers from implementing the will of voters. Critics say it will topple Israel's fragile surveillance system and push the country toward authoritarianism. Opponents of the measure staged disruptive demonstrations and even disrupted the country's military after more than 700 elite officers from the Air Force, Special Forces and Mossad announced they would stop volunteering. The discussion followed a meeting between Israeli and Palestinian officials in Egypt on Sunday, where they pledged to take steps to ease tensions ahead of the sensitive holiday season. Administration officials welcomed the outcome of the summit in Egypt's Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh. In a joint statement, the parties confirmed that they are committed to mitigating and preventing violence. According to the White House, Biden reinforced the need for all parties to take urgent cooperative action to improve security coordination, condemn all acts of terrorism and maintain the viability of the two-state solution. Israeli and Palestinian delegations met for the second time in less than a month under the auspices of regional allies Egypt and Jordan and the United States to end a year-long onslaught of violence.